This is Unit 5, Lesson 3. So as we get into different units of measurement, you'll see why I love the the metric measurement units, because it's a power of 10. So that's all we have to remember is 10 and how many jumps. King Henry died unusually drinking chocolate milk. When we get into other units of measurement, it's not so easy. So let's start with time. This is a good one to start with because most of us are familiar with time. So let's talk about the units of time. 1 minute equals 60 seconds. Help me out here. 1 hour equals 60 minutes. Oh, so maybe it's a unit of 60. Let's see. 1 day equals 24 hours. Nope, we have to remember that different. 1 week equals 7 days. Oh gosh, so now we have to remember something else. Do you see how the metric unit's always 10? Okay, 1 year equals, anyone know how many days are in a year? 365. 1 year equals how many weeks? 52. Do you know how many months there are in 1 year? 12. And then we have a leap year. A leap year is when there's one less day in February. So instead of 365 days on a leap year, there are 364 days. Oh my gosh, we have so much to remember. But lucky for you, once you remember these conversions, you know how to multiply and divide. So we use the same idea as we did with our chart last week, or in our last lessons. This guy where you multiply or divide to find the different units. The main difference is it's not all by 10. So it's nice when they put it in like one of these little conversion tables, because you can look for the pattern and use the pattern to help you remember. So if 1 day equals 24 hours, that means we're going to multiply the days times 24 to get to the hours. So for 2 days, we would do 2 times 24. Do you see these are all going to be 3 times 24? 4 times 24. It's kind of like an input-output table where we do the same thing each time. So you might need to have some scratch paper over here in order to do this. But I'll help you get started, and then you can pause the video and come back and check your work. Sound like a plan? So I'm going to set you up with the conversions. So you can see, okay, 1 hour, we have it up here, equals 60 minutes. So they did this first one for us. 1 times 60 is going to give us how many minutes in that hour. If we have 3 hours, we would do the same, 3 times 60. If we have 5 hours, we do 5 times 60. 7 hours, we do 7 times 60. Okay, and then here we have months and years. So we're going to go from years to months. And what they did to get 36 is they had to do 3 times how many months are in a year? 12. So 3 times 12, and that's going to tell you how many months. So every one of these you're going to have to do times 12, times 12. Oh my gosh, we don't have this in our conversion chart. How many seconds in an hour? But we could get there because we know that there's 60 seconds in 1 minute and 60 minutes in 1 hour. And so they multiplied 60 times 60. 6 times 6 is 36. And then times 100. So it's 3,600. So that's what we're going to have to multiply each one of these by. 3,600. If you have 2 hours, is how many seconds? 3 hours is how many seconds? 4 hours is how many seconds? Okay, so I'm actually going to stop and I'm going to reveal the answers in part 2, and then we'll go on and solve down here.